Hi guys, it's me again, Inspirational Post by Leverson. Well, I just want to get straight into it today, as always, but thank you so much for everyone that's been so supportive, everyone that's been saying, you know what, keep going because you're doing a great job. Thank you very much. Really happy for your support, and I know that I'll be seeing you guys in Costa Rica, so thank you ever so much. We are like-minded and we are very much of a place where we're going to fulfill all of our hopes and all of our dreams because we're just pushing in the right direction. But what I want to talk about this morning is I just want to talk about basically, you know, when you have to just keep thinking. Because I was talking to somebody today, you know who you are. I was talking to Ray, and he said something very interesting to me today. He's an old boy, and he's retired. And this is what I love about people, because you know what? It doesn't matter your age. He's retired, but he was always a businessman. He was always somebody that worked for himself. And the way I see it is, you can always get inspiration, you can get motivation, you can get knowledge from people who have been there and who have done it. So I went round to see the mother-in-law. All right, Jen, big shout out to you. Funny woman, good woman as well. She's got some great stories. She tells some absolutely fantastic stories, she does. But anyhow, as I was sitting down, went round, I had a cappuccino and I had a chocolate bar. So I just got talking and Ray was there. And he says, you know what? He goes, I'm always thinking. Even though he's retired, he says, I'm always thinking about what I can do, how I can do something, how I can build a business to earn money and to raise money. And that's what he said, right? As I said, he's a retired guy. He's had quite a few businesses that's built up. He's happy. And he says, you know what, he says, keep thinking. And he says, don't think small. Don't think about where you can get a pound here or a pound there. He says he wouldn't get out of bed for £10. I thought about that. I thought, you know what, he's right. Why think of just having where you can make a pound here and a pound there? He goes, do something where you know that you're going to make a couple of £100 in a day. Not a week, in a day. And I thought, you know what, you are right. But he says, what, just keep thinking of things, how you can do it. Because it might not work, but he goes, if you keep trying, you'll be fine. He says, that's all you've got to do, keep trying, because something will turn out for you, something will get there for you. He goes, just keep thinking. I says, you know what, you're right. Because when people stop thinking, what happens is they just deteriorate. It's like, you know, well, I know, I'm going to say you know, because I don't know everybody that's listening and tuning in. So we've all got different stories, we've all got different people that we know and such. And certain things happen, right? But I know of people that have retired, and because they've always been doing something, they've always been working with somebody else, and when they retire, it seems like then they just sit around, vegetate, do nothing, and end up dying. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, you was fit and healthy not so long back, but now you've stopped working, you don't know what to do with yourself, because you've always been clocking in and clocking out, and you knew that you were working to somebody else's time. You probably started at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, or 9, depending, finished at 5, or you might have finished at 4, you might have finished at 3, depending on what time you started, but you're always clocking and clocking out. So what happens is, you stop working, you're not thinking anymore, You're not doing anything to make yourself think. You're probably not reading, because a lot of people after school, they don't read at all. They just vegetate. So what happens is you start probably getting to Alzheimer's because you're not using your brain. And it is a true fact. If you don't use it, you lose it. Guaranteed one thing, whatever you do, if you're not doing something, if you're not working out and then you go and work out, it's going to take you ages to get back into it. If I don't run for a month, when I get back into it, I'm not going to be as good as what I was, because I've laid off and I haven't done anything. So my muscles are going to be tight. They're not going to be as supple as they were, and my breathing isn't going to be right because I haven't done it for a while. So you have to keep using it. You have to keep using your mind. Just keep thinking. Keep thinking about what you can do. Sit down and think. Sit down and write. Get a piece of paper, as I've said before. Grab yourself a bit of paper and write down exactly what you're going to do and what you want to do. Because you don't want it so that when you're not using your brain, that when you retire or whatever you've been doing, that you end up just vegetating and dribbling and you can't put two sentences together because you haven't been using your brain. Your mind is your most important thing that you have. It really is. Your mind is the most important thing that you've got, because that helps us get to the next level. It helps us to move on, to move forward, to have ideas, to create things. But if you're not used and just going through the same old thing that you've been doing, or should I say, what you haven't been doing for a while, it's no good, because you're not doing anything beneficial for yourself. So we get caught up in such of working for other people that when we stop, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We just don't know what to do. This is why I'll say to you, sorry for pointing, but I'm just wagging as well. I'm wagging my finger. And you know what? No, I'm not sorry. I'm going to point. You should do something for yourself, right? Think for yourself. Don't get caught up in everybody else's same thoughts and cliches, because a lot of the time you'll listen to somebody and you know what, you've probably heard it before. You've heard it before somewhere else by somebody else. It's like no one's got an original thought anymore for themselves. They're just regurgitating what they've heard on the television. You'll watch, or instead of them just coming up and just thinking for a little bit, because if you read, you get a different perspective on life. You have a different outlook. And you'll probably say something completely different with a very potent, strong meaning that somebody will get and say, you know what, I love the way that you say that. I love the way that you just drop your bits of information, your bits of knowledge. And it's really helped me move on to where I never thought that I would go, where I would just, you're just sometimes wrestling with your own thoughts in your head, because I know that I do. Sometimes I'm wrestling and I'm being pulled this way and pulled that way, but I know for a fact, if you just do what you have to do for you, don't worry about nobody else, don't worry about nobody else's speeches, don't worry about nobody else's thoughts. Have your own. Think about your own original thoughts. That's all you've got to do. Think about your own original thoughts for you. That's all. Think about you. Think about what you're going to do. Don't be dead. Don't be dead in mind. Don't be dead in body. Don't be dead in soul for somebody else. Just keep thinking. Take walks. Like now, just over there, I've just seen a fox. Right, and it's just... I'm going to show you. Oh, it's gone. I was just about to pick it up and show you. But you know, I suppose for me, if you're not out and about, you don't see these things. You don't see great things. And imagine that fox now, he's thinking about probably going for his next meal. He's got to be creative. And they say things like sly like a fox. But is the fox being sly? No, he's being clever. He's thinking about a different way to get food. He's thinking, how do I get this chicken? How do I get this chicken out of this coop? How do I have to dig under? Do I have to bite the fence and pull it? How do I now get this chicken? Do I have to jump over? Do I have to crawl around? Do I have to jump on this fence to get into another garden because there's a hole around there to get through? It isn't sly, it's thinking in a different way. So it isn't sly. Sly is when you're being underhanded and sneaky. I don't think it's been sly. I think what it is being creative. He or she fox, the vixen, is being creative. The dog fox is being creative. So it's been about creative, and it's about thinking and not wasting all your opportunities to think. Because you know what, some people will say things like, you know what, oh, you overthink things. How can you overthink something? Well, don't think then. Just because then you've come up with one thought about a situation, shouldn't you try and come up with another thought about the same thought? Because I see that then as lazy thinking. As soon as you've come up with an idea, that should be it then. You shouldn't go any deeper into your thought, into your consciousness. I love to overthink, because if I overthink, then if I'm creating my pancake then, and I just think, well, okay, I'll just put Nutella and banana on there, and then I'll just put a little bit of honey, and then I'll just put a little bit of pecans, and then I'll dust it with a little bit of cinnamon. Then shouldn't I think then, oh, that's it? What about then if I says, well, I'll tell you what will go nice with that now? What about if I chop a little bit of one strawberry and just scatter it, or a few blueberries? Should I create a little bit more? So should I put a little bit of cream on that now as well? Or am I overthinking it? Am I putting on too much? What is too much? How's it going to taste? This is it. How's it going to taste? So then, what about then if I put on a few chocolate sprinkles? Or a marshmallow for presentation? So it's looking absolutely fantastic as I'm making this visual creation in front of the person that's going to buy it. Because sometimes I like to say, what about if I do you a special for you? So that I'm thinking, I'm looking around, I'm seeing what I've got. I'm seeing my pecans there. I'm seeing my strawberries there, blueberries, my bananas, my orange. I'm seeing my lemon, just to get probably if I dust it then, or squeeze a little bit of lemon on that strawberry, or orange on that strawberry, because everything's fresh. And then I put a few almonds on there. Then I'm creating. I am creating. And then what about then if I just get now a few nuts and roast them on my grill, just get them a little bit warm, just warm them through, because I've sliced them or crushed them, put them on just to warm them through, glaze them a little tiny bit with a little bit of drizzle and honey, scrape them because they're crushed, and put it on. So now I'm overthinking. No, but it's good to think and think big. Why not think big? Why should we have to think small, like the average Joe out there or Joanna? No, think how you want to think. Don't just go chasing sound bites and chasing things that somebody else has already says. No, build the way that you want to build. Build and think the way that you want to think. Because you never know. Because I tell you what, I want to be like the fox. I want to be the fox. I want to be thinking about the next thing. I want to be creative. Be as creative as possible. So guys, I'm going to leave you on that, on just about thinking. Think. Don't stop thinking. Inspirational post by Leverson. daily. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, and tell me where you are and tell me about your thinking, your attributes. See you guys tomorrow, as I said, daily. Costa Rica 5 years. Catch you soon. Have a great day. Peace.